guys, it's Jeanette from All Things Natural. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a pretty good project going on. So I have made a whole bunch of tinctures. I do this for my family and for myself. So you'll need to look up if you are allowed to take these kinds of natural remedies or not, being on any kind of pharmaceuticals. So today I've got some valerian root. I've got some lemon peel. I've got licorice and wormwood. I've got ginger. I've got feverfew. I've got lavender, California poppy, and dandelion root, and marshmallow root. But today, so I've let this stuff sit. I make my tinctures with vodka. For me, it's easy. It's fairly cheap, but it's easy. So that's why I do it. 80 proof or more is what I use. But as of right now, this has been sitting for over 6 weeks and it is ready to strain out. I've got my strainer here with my glass jar and we're going to strain it out. And I'm going to fill my amber bottles and have some medicine. God's beautiful medicine made from the stuff here on earth that God provided us, and that is why I choose to go this route. It is very effective. I've been using valerian root for months, so I do not use it on a regular basis. I use this as needed. So I'm going to go ahead and start straining. So I'm just going to pour it into the strainer. And it just might fill up. So I'm going to stop. I have my little spatula here that I will kind of, valerian root is pretty thick. So anything really that's not going to get through the strainer, I'll show you in a second. You don't really need to like press down on because it's not going to go anywhere. So that to me looks like it's good. That's what it looks like. That's your valerian root. They are chunky. Okay, very chunky. So I taped that down with just some tape real quick, just so when I was pouring it that it wasn't, you know, moving around on me. But now I'm going to take that tape off and I will discard of my valerian root. Give it a few taps. I still have some juice flowing down as I tap it. Just use a paper plate here. I'm just gonna throw that root down there. So I am very full right now. But again, it's gonna be nice and dark. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you the lemon peel. So this is lemon peel. So I am putting some chunks in there, just a little bit at a time. I'm gonna use my little spatula. I'm gonna move that around in there. See, I'm still getting some juice in there. Perfect. And so that's the lemon peel. I've already got ginger in. I've got licorice root. So that's good to go. I don't see any more. I'll give it a few taps. That is my lemon peel. This is wormwood. Wormwood is very, very good for you. It's got a lot of sticks and stems and whatnot in there, but I wanted to show you, can, when you think you're done, if you just take your spatula and kind of press, I'm getting a lot of juice still left. A lot of good medicine still in there. Still getting stuff at the bottom here, so that's very good. And so yes, wormwood is very good. It acts as a dewormer, and you may say, ew, that's gross. Well, You ever detoxed? Have you ever really thought about what's in your gut and in your system? And it is also a very good natural cancer. It does help fight cancer. So anyways, look up wormwood. Wormwood is very good. And again, this is all natural. That is wormwood. Very good stuff. It took me roughly about an hour to strain all of the tinctures, and I have not labeled yet, but I wanted to show you the progress. So I kept the jars close to where my tinctures are so I have an idea of what they are. So here's my California poppy. Gave me a good amount on my California poppy. My feverfew, my lavender, and that was my valerian root, and then the dandelion root, my wormwood, good stuff, my lemon peel, my ginger, that's also ginger peel, my licorice root, and my marshmallow root. Gave me quite a bit of my marshmallow root. Look at that. So I am so glad that I saved my jars, you guys, because that would just be so expensive to buy all those amber bottles. So I just want you guys to know that. I mean, save as much as you can. Just wash them out and clean it, and then that's my final product. I'm going to have a good chunk of medicine here for a little while. Again, I have God's natural medicines right here in front of me, and I hope you guys will try. And again, if you're on any medications at the moment, please do your research. I like to bring my tinctures over here to boil. And the reason why I do that is because I make my tinctures with vodka, and it's at least 80% proof. Some are 100% proof. This is how I get the alcohol content down on my tinctures. You can also boil some hot water and place it in a cup and take it that way. I have an Instapot, so just turn on the Instapot or boil some water. I have a cup. It's just a plastic cup. It's a normal drinking glass. Now I have my valerian root, and I'm just going to place the dropper, which is one dose, just one dose. If I know I'm going to take it multiple times a day, I can double that dose and double the water, but right now I'm just going to put half water, boiling water, in there. And there's one dropper full in there. So again, that's just going to be halfway on the cup. I can let it sit, or I can take it right away, after it cools down a little bit. But you can let it sit all day if you want. And if you know you're going to take a double dose and you need some later, just keep it out or put it in the fridge. I just usually will keep mine out. Put like a little paper towel or something over it. Okay, so that's done. I like to let it calm down for a second, and then I'll put it in there because it's pretty hot. Okay. So again, I've got one dose, so I'm going to go about halfway. And there you have it. Okay, so that is going to be my one dose without boiling the alcohol content out. The question I always get is, how much do I take? I always start off with one dropper full. So there's my one dropper full. I always start off with that. If I need or want more, I'll take more. Okay, just under the tongue, and down it goes. So that's my valerian root. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna label here in a little bit, label my tincture bottles and my my jars. Again, I wanna label with the, so valerian root, and then the date. Lasts for about 7 years.